So do you love to spend your free time without a real plan, just looking for somewhere new to go or something different to do?
Maybe your ideal day is all about shopping, searching for hidden treasures and serious bargains. An event in Southwest Iowa this weekend certainly offers both opportunities.
Look at that map. They're all over the place. Here to show us a sample of what you might find, Angie Sheldon and Elaine Howard. Thanks for stopping by this morning.
Good morning.
This is
Good
fun.
morning.
I mean, you got a lot of locations on that map. So set up it's a trail of treasures. Set it up. How many towns are we doing? What's happening?
We are 9 hometown pride communities in Fremont County. There are 10 of us. 9 are having these flea markets and garage sales in each community. And it's 2 days of fun. You know, grab your friends, load up your vehicle, and head to Southwest Iowa.
You said hometown pride communities. What does that mean?
Right.
Hometown Pride was developed by Keep Iowa Beautiful. Pocahontas County was the first county in Iowa. Actually, Fremont County was the second county in Iowa. So we're very proud of being the second county. We've worked very hard in our communities the last 3 years to improve the first impressions. That's why Keep Iowa Beautiful wanted to do that. They wanted first impressions of our small towns, what people drive through. So we have done a lot of work in all our communities. Every one of them has a project that they have completed.
Yeah, and everybody's come together, especially for this Friday and Saturday. So let's talk about some of the items. These aren't items you're going to find at the big box department store, right?
Right.
So where do you want to start?
Right.
You want to start down here? What
Right.
are we looking at down here?
We brought things today that some of our local artisans have done. We've discovered we have many, many talented people in our communities. That happens to be an egg crate from one of our antique vendors. And then a high school student has created the star made out of corrugated metal.
Looks like it's made out of an old corn bin or something.
Right,
like that.
right. And then in front of the egg crate, we have jewelry art that a local artisan has also created.
What's that made out of? Can you tell what that's made out of?
She
Is it
actually
old?
goes to auctions and garage sales herself, and she picks up different pieces of jewelry and then creates items, you know, scenes out of the jewelry.
That's really neat.
So it's just a big variety. You have some vendors who do this thing typically at fairs all over the place who will be bringing stuff in, some things like that that are more vintage or repurposed. But then people are also in the community are just getting involved.
Right.
So flea markets, garage sales, everybody's just jumping on the bandwagon.
Right, and we have community groups that are having food stands available or on site at different flea markets as well. So
I'm looking at this piece. Who did this piece? Do you
that
know?
is beautiful. Chris Boyd from Percival, Iowa is a wonderful woodworker, and
the texture on this, because it's lifted off of the canvas. I don't know. It's hard to tell on
and each of
camera.
those pieces, if you look at even these little rocks down here on the bottom, those are actually the whole depth of the scene. So they're not just placed on top. And some of those woods come from as far away as South America.
I'll try to rotate this a little bit so you can see the texture
That's
on this.
really neat.
Yeah, you see how that lifts off the back of the canvas.
We have a list of the 9 communities that are all involved, and we also took a look at the map early on. Is there a way to start? Are there some communities that'll have more? How should people how do you attack this? It's Friday and Saturday, so how do you know where to start or where to go once you get into these communities?
Well, we're hoping it's a wonderful weekend. We heard there's a little bit of rain, but maybe not. So who knows? But anyway, I would just start coming down. If you're coming from Omaha area, Council Bluffs, or even farther north, just come down 29, and then just start hitting each
Starting
little
in
town.
Bartlett right there.
Yeah.
Bartlett's right off.
They're going
right
to
off of
have
29.
a couple of big garage sales there. And I did have one lady last year that did the whole route, and she did find her treasure in Bartlett, so she let me know. So
her first stop.
there's not one place that you shouldn't stop on that you might look for your treasure. As you journey on down through, we've got Percival, which has a lot of vendors in the park. You can eat there too. Hamburg. Percival just did a lot of work on their park through Hometown Pride. If you come on down to Hamburg, we have many vendors in the school, Marnie Simon School. We have vendors in City Park, and we also have a lot of garage sales around town. They'll be marked really well. And you'll find Freedom Rock. So take a look at Freedom Rock in our city park when you go there. And then on through the beautiful Farragut and Riverton, the countryside there is gorgeous. So I would attack all of these towns. Don't forget Thurman and Randolph, and the last one will be Tabor.
There you go.
You did not leave
And
anybody
Sydney,
off.
I
Well
did
done.
forget Sydney. I
You
did.
did forget? Okay.
And you've got to
And
see the
Sydney,
boots
Iowa.
in Sydney, Iowa. So make sure you do the vendors there and look at the boots.
Okay, I want to get back to some of the items here because I think this is really what's going to get people to come to places like Bartlett and Hamburg and Riverton. Jake, I don't know what you're shooting. Jake's going to shoot. There's a chair down there, I think. Can you, with a planter on top, with a plant coming out, describe some of the items that we're looking at right here.
Right. That's one of our vendors in Sydney, and she, with the help of her husband and her children, actually, they've been working together on these projects, and they do a lot of repurposed items. And she did the chair. She had some before and after pictures that she showed on our Facebook page, and the chair was pretty rough when she started with it, but it looks very nice.
Well, we
And,
only had an opportunity to show just a few things here today. Your Facebook page you mentioned is a great way for people to get involved, to get dialed in. They can see pictures of more items. They can find more about what's going on in the specific locations. So everyone should look for that. What's the title of the Facebook page? Is it Fremont T of T? I believe if you search that, if you search it on Facebook, you'll find it. I was scanning it next week. And then here's the information about the event this weekend. It's happening Friday and Saturday, both days, so you can split it up, maybe do 5 communities one day, do 4 the other day. Admission is free, so that way you can save all your money to buy some of this exciting stuff. And then also the great opportunity to explore these communities as well if you've never had a chance to do that.
You know, I'll tell you what, repurposing is so huge right now. We
Right.
just did this. We did this with a dresser and a nightstand. It does take a lot of time. So if you don't want to invest all that time into a DIY project, you can just jump on the Trail of Treasures and you'll find a lot of great finds.
Right.
Thanks guys for coming.
Second year,
We
great.
appreciate it.
Hope you have a great turnout and it continues for many more. Thanks
Thank
for
you
being
so
here.
much.
Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot.
All right.